Good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today is Monday, and it is the beginning of the work week, and it is build day 106. Yes, build day 106 on the construction schedule out at Villa FELIZ. And this week we should be finishing up all those columns. I think we might even see some concrete hollow block going up, maybe on the first floor. Who knows, maybe even on the second floor. No, not on the second floor. Definitely not on the second floor, but maybe on the first floor. We have that big shipment of the concrete hollow blocks that came in last week, multiple shipments, and I want to see the basement completed, all the walls in the basement done, the forms done around that new room in the basement, so that we can get the concrete hollow blocks up, and hopefully very soon we can actually get to waterproofing and start closing in that area down around the basement and finalize that. So I got up at 4:30 this morning, did all my washout here, and I'm good to go for another week now before the housekeeper actually comes. So anyway, let's get out to the job site. There's some new developments I want to share with you concerning the development itself and properties, and so let's and I will talk about that when we get out to the job site. So anyway, let's get out to the job site. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Good morning. How are you today? What's your plans today? Playing? Say playing.
Playing.
I am playing.
I am playing.
Yes, you are. Well, you got. Okay, bye. You have fun today. Bye.
Bye.
Good morning. Oh, you need sunglasses. The sun is in your eyes. I am good. How are you today? Good morning, ma'am. How are you today?
Bye.
I see you. Oh, up here. Ah. Good morning, Roy. Oh, you don't have your shirt on. Oh no, that's okay. It's okay. You don't need to put your shirt on. You're fine. You're fine. Hey, look at my new boots. See my boots?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I got new boots yesterday. This is what I wear when I'm deployed, and very comfortable, good work boots, last a long time.
Army shoes?
Yeah, more or less, yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Lola Janet. How are you today?
Fine.
Tess, good morning.
I hear your voice.
You heard my voice. What's for dinner tonight, Tess?
Your favorite.
My favorite.
Yes.
Okay, two.
As usual.
As usual. Okay. All right. Well then, two tulang tonight, and then two. Of course. When something is that good. Yeah. All right. I'll see you tonight. See you later. Have a great day. So anyway, it is an absolutely beautiful morning this morning, and just just a slight breeze. I mean, just enough. I mean, we got blue skies and just a very light breeze, which is keeping me cool here, and it's just a wonderful morning. You're probably wondering, James, why do you have your umbrella with you today? Well, you know what it's like in the Philippines. You know that, I mean, in a moment's notice, you can have this giant cloud come up, dump a kilo or a ton, or good morning. You could be covered with rain, and then it's back to blue skies again immediately. So I usually keep this in the back of my truck, and I took it out on the last rain, and it's been in my apartment for a week. So I don't want to press the odds. I want to bring it back with me. Morning. Morning. Morning, guys. How are you today?
I'm fine.
I am fine too. You guys have a great day. it is actually break time. It's almost 10 o'clock, but I have been upstairs. You can see I'm drenched in sweat. I've been up there. I did the watering of everything. And what I want you to look at, I want you to look at the columns when they pulled the forms off. We have minor honeycomb in the very bottom. And that's always, I always worry when they first, that they're not spending enough time in the very bottom, but they're anxious to start getting that concrete inside the form. And one guy's getting in the way of the other guy and things like that. And it's kind of hard for them to manage all the way around, because you got to realize this is a long piece of rebar and it has to go around 8 pieces of vertical column rebar, the 16 or the 20 millimeter, whichever we use, depending on it's a 16 on the second floor. But I want you to look at how smooth. We did a very good job on the column. That was the second floor that we were just talking about. This morning it came down and everybody was well engaged in projects in the basement trying to knock this out. So as you saw earlier, completing out this wall right here, we will be doing the 4 inches later to make these 10-inch inside here. They've completed this section right here. It's the whole wall. It's 10 inches worth of wall right there now. And other projects that they're doing. Oh, did you see this morning I showed the beginning of the formworks for the stairs. They're starting to work on this right here, get everything prepared, and I will be happy. I will be extremely happy when we have some stairs. I think everybody else will too, because it's another way to get up to the first floor and then the first floor to the second floor. Not only looks nice, but it's also functional. And in the storage room here, working on the secondary layer, the 4-inch layer of concrete hollow block that's matching up to the 6-inch here. So we'll probably, looks like we'll try to knock this room out first, but it's going to be done all the way around. Everywhere except for the interior wall here. So did I say no concrete hollow blocks on the second floor today? I was wrong. That's why they were loading. I saw them loading up lots of CHBs there yesterday or Saturday and this morning. I'm like, why do we have all those up there now? I thought it would be for way down the road, but no, they're actually, I gotta climb up there and take a look and see what's going on. It is lunchtime and it's quiet, and this is the opportunity that I can take advantage of to talk about some of the changes that we talked about again today. And like I said, we are doing second floor CHB, concrete hollow blocks. This is actually the north facing wall, and there will be a window inside here between these two columns right here for the master bedroom. I kind of suspected that since they were putting all these concrete hollow blocks up here that they were going to use them pretty soon, but I didn't think they were going to use them today. So I miscalculated that. We're doing a lot of progress up here. The form, and form. So I suspect today we will have 3 more columns poured. And tomorrow we'll be able to pull the forms off of those, and then we'll be able to move those. Let's see, do we have any more of the big ones? I think that's all of the big ones. And then we'll start doing the small, and they have to do custom forms for those. And I think I saw them working actually out in the street on that. So let's go down to the lower level, and I want to talk about the change that I proposed to my builder today. Change 100 and something again, but anyway, this is a good change. It's not going to be a change that's actually going to cost the builder anything or me for the change. It's actually it's one of those one-for-one kind of things. We're going to take something away, but we're going to add something, and it's exciting. So let's get downstairs and let me talk about that. Anyway, here we are on the back porch. Let's get it from a different vantage point. So this is the back porch. You know, the stairways going down into the garage, the basement. And this is the back patio, and it's not a real big back patio, but it's you could put a couple of chairs back here comfortably, a little table, and you can actually walk around, and it would be quite comfortable for entertaining. And then again, what was going to be the covered patio is now going to be a sunroom. So one of the things, I received several emails and several comments and a private message from people, and asking the question, why aren't you doing a dirty kitchen? Because that's a tradition here in the Philippines. Well, I didn't want a dirty kitchen because we do most of our cooking. We've never had a problem with cooking in the U.S. inside our kitchen, and our kitchen is going to be utilized. Our kitchen is over there. I'll try to stay out of the wind here. So, and our kitchen is actually going to be utilized and a lot. And we have the overhead fan, and the overhead fan is going to take away the fumes and the odors and things like that, and that's going to send it up into the air above the roof line. I got to thinking, something that we do in the U.S. is very similar to the dirty kitchen concept here in the Philippines, is we have outdoor kitchens or barbecue grills or things like that, or covered barbecue grills, basically outdoor kitchens. And that was something that I wanted to build here, but we can't build it out in this area right here, because if we pour any concrete or stone or brick or anything like that, that's considered part of our 25%. So the only area I have left is actually the house, the footprint of the house. And the only place on the footprint of that house that I can do something like that is actually the back porch, the back patio back here. So I spoke with my builder, and I said, you know what, I would really like to put in some kind of a outdoor grilling and a sink and things like that, so for entertaining, which is basically, there's really no difference between a dirty kitchen and an outdoor kitchen that we classify in the North America. So I said, where could we put that? So he made a suggestion. We have this area. You see the area right here from the stairway. So let's actually go from a different vantage point. So you see, as we're walking up, and there'll be composite wood railing on both sides, and it was supposed to be all the way around back porch. So I got to thinking, if we use this, because I want to use it for entertaining a chair, a couple of chairs, like some outdoor furniture here. And then of course we're going to have the big sliding glass window going inside it. But there's also going to be a little ledge right here, about 2 concrete hollow blocks up, with like a threshold on the top of it, or a topper on the top of it, and then glass windows, sliding glass, and the same thing on the other side. And he said, you know, this area right here, this area right here would be the perfect place. Actually, if you wanted to put a grill and it's out of the way, you don't bump into it when you're in all this other area around here, the actual open air space. He said, what I can do is that instead of using the new wood, composite wood, which it's a little bit more expensive, and of course any of the composite woods are a little bit more expensive, he said we use concrete hollow blocks just on the back side right here and block this in, which is the way you do when you build an outdoor kitchen in the United States, North America, Canada, Europe. You can actually, you start with concrete hollow blocks, then you put whatever facade that you want on the outside, whether it's stone or anything like that, then you build inside it. So that was the answer to the problem. How can I get a grill on the outside? Now the other thing we need is fresh water for washing glasses and things like that, and we also need a way to drain. If we have a sink, we have to have a drain for the bottom of the sink. Well, I asked him, I said, how difficult would be that connect? He said, it's very easy because we already have everything in place. Because down here, on this side and on this side, we have pipes going, we could connect to the sewer line, which is actually, we already have, you can't, oh, here it is right here. This right here is the floor drain. So the floor drain, we can actually connect to the floor drain, and that's already going down to the storm sewer. We can just tie into that for this area right here. We already have on the back side, you don't see it yet because we haven't installed it, but right here is going to be a water bib, our fresh water supply. So we have the fresh water and we have the drainage solution. We have both of those in place, and all he has to do here is on the inside, it's basically chisel out a hole, go through there, and we can penetrate the slab and just push up those 2 pipes in there. He says very easy. He says it's actually, we're going to actually save money by doing this, because the new wood is actually more expensive than the concrete hollow block. So win-win situation. Answer to I think this is the very last big change that we're implementing. I think we're going to go forward from here and just proceed with everything that we have, except for one other thing. I think we're changing the color of the UPVC windows and doors. We originally were going to do white. My wife and I spent the last couple of days looking at other designs that have to do with Mediterranean and Tuscan and Italian type of designs. And what we're finding more and more is we're going to change a little bit of the color scheme on the outside and implement the darker, it's almost like a dark brown, between a dark brown and a black color for all of the window treatments and the door treatments for UPVC. So now I think that's the last change. It is lunchtime, and I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about one of the new developments that I said just came up recently. If you've been following the Villa FELIZ series, you'll know that the developer here has put the section of the area that I'm building in right now, it's been put under a moratorium. Well, it was put under a moratorium. And I'll go back for the benefit of the people who haven't been following the episodes. I'll do a little bit of an explanation. Well, anyway, this used to all be for sale when we bought our lot back in 2010. But there's been a change in marketing team, and one of the strategies that the marketing team advised the developer was to complete selling all the lots in the front section by the main gate and by the clubhouse, and when those get to a certain percentage point, then to come back here and start selling these lots again, like the one that we bought back here. And of course, my opinion is that's a good strategy when you have a brand new subdivision and you've just completed one phase and you're building another one. Well, of course, you focus on selling the lots in the one side of the development that it's complete, and you want to move people into that, and as you complete the next ones, you say it's available at a certain time or something like that. Well, this development's been available since 2000, I think around 2005, and everything's been completed out here since 2005. So I don't believe that's a winning strategy by trying to do something like that. So I talked with Mr. Montanolo, who's the developer, during one of the homeowners meetings, and I made like a presentation or a discussion with him, and I asked him, I said, you know, to me, I think the best strategy, or one of the better strategies, might be, even though you want to focus on selling lots over in the original phase, the very first phase that was developed, as long as you have this area over here, and there are people that are only interested in buying lots over here, and a lot of them came from subscribers from this channel right here, and they've been coming out and they've visited me here, and they've looked at lots and they want to buy a lot right away. Well, using the strategy that the marketing team had, putting on a moratorium, they were only interested in specific lots over here, and when they found out that they weren't available and they didn't want the lots over by the phase one, they went to different places. I don't know if they bought in another subdivision. I don't know if they just decided that to wait later on to look at things. I don't know what the situation of those potential buyers were, but I told the developer, I said, you lost an opportunity to make a sale and give me a neighbor over here. Anyway, so, and I explained to him that I think if you could possibly do something like take a reservation request, because I think what he's trying to do, and I'm going to show you something on the map here in just a little bit. I think what he wants to do is, it's very difficult to provide support for one or two people in an entire phase like what we have right here. The cleaning streets, maintaining electricity, maintaining all the services that you normally do as the developer of the subdivision. The more populated area on the other side, everybody is already over there, and they pay for a crew for maintenance and things like that. So anyway, my proposal was, since you're not prepared to really open this up and actually do a full sale for approximately 1 year down the road, I said, why don't you just do a reservation agreement with potential buyers, and say that when you open this back up, which he was planning on opening it back up in approximately 12 months when we discussed it, when you open it up, you can actually purchase the lot at that point. And he thought that was a great idea, so he submitted and he sent out a reservation agreement. He sent it to the marketing team, and he sent it to my wife, and she sent it to me, but I didn't really read it. because I don't really want to get into somehow I am involved a little bit in some of the advertising by virtue of just building here on the site and showing visibility here at the build site of Villa FELIZ on this lot. So anyway, so he said he sent it out. I didn't read it, but I had one of the subscribers that did read it because they were ready to purchase the lot right away. And what they did is they explained to me that it says inside the agreement, or that they got from the marketing team, that it's only blocks 12 and block 16. I'm in block 15. Block 12 is right to my left over here. Block 16 is right across the street. Block 15 over here is right across the street. So they are basically on the outskirts of the streets right here by my house. And it wasn't open to the entire, which is, you know, block 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, whatever the other blocks are that are inside here. So I was like, oh, I didn't read that. I didn't know that because I made an announcement that everything was available here, and my apologies for not reading the agreement. So that didn't make sense to me. And at the moment, when I had the understanding that they were opening up these lots. Then the second thing was the subscriber who was ready to buy a lot immediately said, in the agreement, it also states that the current prices here are 3,400 pesos as of this date. 3,400 pesos per square meter, which to me is a bonus for a subdivision of this magnitude and of this quality compared to some of the other subdivisions around here. Anyway, so the 3,400 pesos per square meter is the current promotion that they're having for lots in the main phase over there, and I thought it was going to be for the main phase here as well. But in the agreement, the reservation agreement that was brought to my attention, and I started reading it after the subscriber explained to me, it had stated inside there that you put a reservation deposit down, and then within 12 months, when they opened up and you can make the full purchase of the property, the price was going to be whatever they set the price at that time. And I'm like, well, you know what? I don't think anybody in their right mind would accept that kind of an agreement, sign a contract on that, because who knows what the price is going to be in 12 months. And the main thing was that the main clause inside there said if you didn't accept it, or if you didn't follow through on the purchase, then you forfeited your deposit, which was approximately, I think it was approximately the equivalent of 4,000 US dollars. So the possibility of losing your deposit and the possibility of somebody increasing a price from what the selling price is now, when you sign an agreement, you should be able to purchase it in my opinion. You should be able to purchase it at that amount within 12 months from now, because basically you're kind of like signing a deal. You want this lot, and again, that was my opinion. So anyway, that person, the subscriber, said, well, you know, that's not an acceptable term. That's of a contract, and I totally agreed. So, being the type of a person that the developer is, my wife and I sent an email to him explaining the concerns of people who are interested in purchasing lots out here, and that set of terms in an agreement is it's an unusual set of, let's just say it's an unusual set of terms, and I don't think many people are going to agree to that. So let me explain to you the type of developer Mr. Montanol is. He really cares for the homeowners here, and he cares for the subdivision. And when we have homeowners associated meetings, many times he chairs those homeowners associated meetings, and he listens to people, and he tries to make, if there's any concern or anything, he does his best to adapt to the needs of the community. And that's exactly what he did when we sent the concern to him via email, and he sent an email back to my wife, who forwarded it to me, and it basically says, yes, he says if they want to lock in at the 3,400 pesos per square meter, that he's advised his marketing team, and they're going to rewrite the reservation agreement to accommodate that, which I think that's absolutely wonderful. I did not get an answer back about any of the other lots, but let me explain to you something. And what we're going to do, we're actually going to go to the site map. Let me see if I can open this up and actually get this in a recording. So let me explain to you what I think the philosophy or the strategy of the developer is, and it makes a lot of sense to me. So let's look at the residential farm subdivision Tierra Maria, the map here. So we're going to go. If you see all the way to the right, all this area over here, the entranceway by the guard shack is over here where I've got my cursor. All these there, and right over here is the clubhouse. You see everything in orange over here, which orange was in moratorium at the time, which kind of still is, but you can do the reservation agreement. So anyway, these are lots over here. So the area that I live in, you see block 15. This is my lot right here, way over here in this corner right here. And there's another gentleman that I've been speaking to. As a matter of fact, I spoke with him today. I think he's going to be developing this at the end of this year or the beginning of next year. He's right across the street from me. I don't know who owns lot number 2 over here. So anyway, so what Mr. Montanola advised his marketing team is to open up this set of this block right here, block 12 and block 16 back over here. So I got to thinking, why would he only open up those 2? And I got to thinking, if I were a developer and I had to manage my budget, it makes sense to, because he's going to have to maintain the streets and the utilities and everything like that. This whole phase right here, if there's nobody building a house in this area, there's nobody building a house on this back area by the Drive River Bed, which is a couple of my favorite lots back over here anyway. But nobody's actually building anything in this whole area back here. It doesn't make sense on a management perspective for cost to actually maintain every one of these streets back here, every one of these streets back here, if you only have one person building over there. But what does make sense, because there's electricity at this point, it would be very easy for him to actually make the connection and get the connection for this specific area right here, do the overhead bot elect connection, get them to hook that up, and also to maintain just these 2 streets right here. It'd be very easy for him, and expense-wise, and it's a management technique that he has to manage a budget. But if he had to do this street and all back on this street right here, it's not cost effective to him. So I think that is one of the reasons why he is only opening at this point blocks 12 right here and block 16 right here. So what I did, I asked my wife to send him an email, and basically our block is block 15 right here. And since this street right here and this street are also on the same street as block 12 and block 16, I asked them if it would be possible to open up block 15. If not, lots 9 through 12 over here, or the entire section, at least 9 through 12 over here. Again, my favorite lot on this entire block is lot 4 right here. It's a marvelous, right over to the corner, to the apex of that street. Is basically, the hill goes up there, and it's got some wonderful mature trees. For a bungalow or 1-story type house, that would be an absolutely awesome lot to build. And actually, a couple of people have already looked at that, and I think they wanted to lock into it. But when they went to the marketing team, they said it was off limits at the time. So anyway, I asked him, we'll see what his answer is to that. If not, right now, what it looks like, and he agreed to it, is block 12 and block 16 right now. I have some people that are asking me right now to actually look at some of these lots and evaluate some of these, and I will give them feedback in my honest opinion if they decide to seriously consider purchasing a lot and building here in Tierra Maria. So anyway, that was the development that I wanted to share with you today. I thought it was an exciting development, and I think it was a wonderful gesture on the part of the developer to even listen and to accommodate some of the requests that we've asked for. And if there's any changes, I'll definitely update everybody on the channel here. So anyway, it's time for me to eat my peanut butter and jelly, my banana, and oh, I can't do a siesta. It's almost 1 o'clock, so I took too much time here doing this. But anyway, I will go back inside, and we will do a little bit more observation of what's going on today at Villa FELIZ. anyway, time to get washed up. 4 columns in today, not 3, 4, which is the remainder. Every one of the, was it 4? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yes, 4 columns. we did 4, and that's the end of all the big columns for the main beam support for the roof beams on the second floor. So I am covered in concrete, but we'll do a real quick walkthrough of all the things that got accomplished today. Of course, this wall right here, and it's going to be a big window here with a arch in the very top, and that is the window to the master bedroom. They just started on the wall that goes behind the shower in the bathroom and the closet and the room for the luggage and linen and things like that we did the change in. Let's go downstairs real quick and we'll take a look at the things that were accomplished in the basement. So for the basement, let's take a look at what we got done today. We finished up, I can't remember, one of these walls. I think it was that one right there. Got it all the way to where, yeah, that's the one we finished up today. And it's really not finished. That's the 6-inch concrete hollow blocks for the exterior part of the wall. Then we have to do the 4-inch on top of that one. And then we also have the beginning of this wall that goes to the north side of the new section of the basement, the add-on portion right here. So we got that, and then you see these rebars right here. This is going to be solid concrete that goes up. We can waterproof the outside of that, but we can't waterproof the inside of the footer right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put an extra thick, very thick piece of concrete around here in a form that is nothing but concrete. And we'll probably do waterproofing on the inside of that concrete that we're going to pour in the form, because we can't get underneath we can't destabilize that footer for that column underneath the patio. Let's see what else we got done over here. We got plastering. You see, plastering done right here on the garage workshop area. A little over half of that done, and I imagine they'll be working on this area tomorrow. We have one guy that's dedicated to doing nothing but plastering. We got one guy that's kind of dedicated to doing nothing but concrete hollow blocks down here on the 4-inch side. We got one team that's dedicated to doing and this is our stairway guy. He is really good. And this is the beginning of the stairway. Of course, these are going to bend over and they'll match up with the reinforcement, the steel reinforcement that's going to drive our way up to the platform. And then another set of stairs is going to go from this platform and it's going to go up over here. And so I'm hoping this is not going to be a problem. So this is actually where the toilet's going to be. Yeah, I think we're going to be good. I think we're going to have plenty of headroom right here. So maybe not for somebody that's 6'4" or 6'6", but for me and the rest of my Filipino family, we're not going to have any problem down in this room. So let's go through and see what we got going inside here. So this room, remember this morning, this wall was just started. There was nothing on here for the 4-inch concrete hollow block, and it is pretty close to being done. We got this section right here and this section right here, so he'll finish up that tomorrow. Then he has to continue around inside this room inside of here. Let's see if there's anything else that got done down here in the basement area. I don't remember if this wall was plastered yesterday. I think it might have been. And let's look inside of here. Nothing done inside here. This was done several days ago. So anyway, those are the main areas in the basement. So basically over here, and stairway, storage room, and the workshop. So anyway, I have to get cleaned up, but before I get cleaned up, I actually need to water the slab and the columns upstairs for the evening. I didn't do that. And I need to get this shirt inside a bucket, so I'll probably do that. I'll probably put this in the soak inside the bucket while I am up there doing that. And I'm going to close for today. So it's been a very successful day here at Villa FELIZ. Lots of good stuff. Like I said, I didn't even expect that we were going to start doing wall up on the second floor. And they still got to do the roof beams. There's a lot of stuff that's got to be done up there. But I think they're doing some of the interior portion, get some of the concrete hollow block. out of the way, so that's not something they have to worry about later on. I don't know what my builder strategy is on that. So anyway, good stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna close for today, go water, clean my shirt, get all this concrete out of my hair, and get ready for another day of this tomorrow, which is going to be Tuesday, which is going to be build day 107. Yes, build day 107 on the construction schedule out here at Villa FELIZ. So if you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up, please share, and if you have not subscribed, please click on that little My PI Dream in the bottom right hand side of your screen, and you will be notified the next time I upload a new episode. So anyway, until tomorrow, you have a wonderful day.